Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 8th day of May, 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy and your family also safe and healthy, getting ready for the weekend, and that you and your family are safe and healthy and getting ready to enjoy your weekend. Blessings upon those that work in health, along with first responders, every day doing their best to save lives, those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries, especially on weekends, for our deliverance, for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children, victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those that are helping people that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that cause these things to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The New York Knicks will be taking on Game 3 of the Philadelphia 76ers today. And they're going to be hopefully without OG Anunoby. Now, we talked about this. We talked about this in terms of the possibilities. And this is the thing, y'all. It's frustrating to me. It's just me, but it's frustrating when media makes big deals out of stuff and y'all follow it. Yes, OG is important to the Knicks. Yes. But that's why we got Deuce, Clarkson, Mitch Robb, Sohan, Diawara, Alvarado. That's why we got all that. And we're not even talking about Kolek. And many of you are knuckleheads pining for Diawara. Let me explain again for some of you idiots. Look, Diawara's a rookie. Yes, there's some rookies playing a big deal in their series, like Edgecombe against the Knicks. But they're still rookies. They're going to make rookie mistakes. Rookie mistakes are normal. But when the playoffs come, they're magnified. Let me say that again because some of you don't get it. Rookie mistakes are normal. But when the playoff comes, they're magnified because every possession is important. Okay? And so you're gonna have some rookies. They're gonna play a role. But if you're dependent on them to go all the way, you might have a problem because they're rookies. They're going to make mistakes. They have never been at this level of basketball in their life. So they're going to make mistakes. And every mistake costs you. Okay? So that is why I'm not excited to have Diawara out there instead of OG. They may play him a few minutes, but I'm not excited. This is not the game for a rookie. This is a chess match. The NBA playoffs is the highest level of basketball chess in the world, period. So, with respect to tonight's game, we got enough to compete with Philadelphia, especially since the game is not predicated on OG. OG is important, but y'all get caught up in some of these whiny bitches on Knicks media. Look. The most important two players is Cat number 1, JB number 2. Yes, OG is important. And OG is important because at 6'7", 240, he literally guards 1 through 5. But we're going to have Mitchell Robinson. You're going to have Ariel Hukporti, who can both guard 5s. Okay? You're going to have Cat, who the offense is going to flow through. You're going to have Brunson, who cannot be guarded with Cat flowing through the offense. In other words, Philly is still in trouble. Now, they needed to win Wednesday. They didn't. This is going to be even worse today. Now, what we have seen, for example, I'm watching the Detroit series last night. Detroit's the team to beat. The refs were all in Cleveland pocket. They were giving Cleveland all kind of breaks last night, and Cleveland still lost by 10. And really, most of the game, there was this 7-point cushion that Detroit had. And I was waiting for them to crack the 7-point, that is Cleveland, to crack the 7-point cushion. They did it once, but this is where playoffs is important. They did crack the 7-point cushion. They got it down to 2 or 1, but the question is, can they go from there? They didn't have the testosterone, the testicular fortitude to break through and keep it. Whereas Detroit had a number of players. I mean, Detroit, Cade is the number one, but you have Cade, Tobias Harris is the vet. That stuff don't touch him. That's why you need a vet out there. Tobias Harris was the vet that will hit a big shot when they need to, regardless. See, every team needs that. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, that vet was supposed to be James Harden and Max Strus and Dennis Schroeder. They ain't have the gonads to do it. See, this is where you're going to see who got him and who don't. The problem that Detroit has is the straw that stirs the pot is Cade Cunningham. And really, Cade Cunningham's going to have to carry them in that regard. He stirs the pot for everybody. The problem is he can get hurt because he's taking over everything. Cade Cunningham is that dude, but it ain't easy. See, with SGA last year, SGA had Holmgren, he had Dort, he got J-Dub, he had J. Will, he got Hartenstein. He had a whole cast of dudes with gonads to help him. You need that in the NBA playoffs. You see, they even started calling us Big Three because of OG. That's all media stupidness. The Knicks need everybody, and need everybody doing what they're doing. See, championship teams get stops. And every player that's, what's called a role player plays their role at a high level. People try to demean role players, don't know what they're talking about, especially in the NBA. You need a role player. Isaiah Beef Stew, he's a role player, but he plays that role at a high level. And that's what I'm saying. He knows his role and plays. Javonte Green, a role player. Ron Holland, second year, role player. Dennis Jenkins, rookie, role player, but they play their roles. They asked Dennis Jenkins at halftime, how do you think you're doing? He said, my role is to bring energy. And he said, I want to play my role. See, everybody has a role. So with the Knicks, everybody has a role in the top 9. Everybody knows their role in the top 9. And that's what makes the Knicks dangerous. Cat's role is to control the basketball, not Jalen Brunson. See what happened now? Brunson was being stubborn and trying to control the ball by himself. And that cost the Knicks. That 2-9 streak helped us because Brunson woke up. And he realized, even though this is his team, he needs to get the ball to Cat. And he did. What's the result? 39-point win, 51-point win, grinded out 6-point win against a desperate playoff team. Now, Philly, they really should sit Embiid again if they want a chance to win. If they try to have Embiid play against Cat, this is the game right here, because all Embiid can do is flop to hope to get Cat in foul trouble. And it's not on Cat all the time. Like, one of them fouls he committed in the last game wasn't his fault. But he has to give enough space to understand that's going to happen. I go by the quarters. They get 6 fouls. If he gets 3 fouls and he has 3 going into the third, that's fine. That's a foul a quarter. See? And he still got 3 more for the fourth. Fine. But somebody like Porty might get 3 in 5 minutes because he's youngin', right? That's why you got Mitch Rob. So the Knicks are at least going to be competitive tonight without OG Anunoby. Very competitive in Philly. The crowd's going to be pro-Knicks. Philly knows it. Maxi's going to be a handful. So is Edgecombe. Embiid, if they try to go through him, he's not Cat. He might have been 2-3 years ago. He ain't Cat now. Some of y'all still ain't got that memo. He ain't Cat. Cat will bust his ass. So if they try to go through Embiid, they lose. If they don't, they got a chance to win. If they go through Maxey and Edgecombe and Grimy, they might have a chance, just like they did the other night. But the other night, we did not have Mitch Rob. We got him tonight. Okay? And Daggone Deuce is chomping at the bit to play a bigger role. That's all good. See? So with OG, we're missing a guy that can guard 5s in small ball. We got Mitch Rob. We got Porty that could do that. We even got Diawara for some of you Diawara nut swingers. But, okay. We got Sohan. that was more of a veteran for this situation. With OG, we got a guy that used to hit open threes from the corners like money. If you give Deuce enough shots, he'll do that. McCall has stepped up his game already. I don't think we should ask more of McCall. Some people say McCall got to step up. Y'all must be blind as hell. McCall already stepping up. Already. All you need to do, again, is move the basketball to activate Mikal Bridges. That's all you really need to do. You don't need to feature him. You don't need to call plays for him. You just need to move the basketball because he's a road runner. He's going to run. So he's going to get his shots. And he's going to get plenty of open threes just because of the lineup. And Cat's going to find him cutting to the basket as he's been doing. So Mikal's already activated. We just need Mikal to continue to play the level of defense he's been playing and to continue to have the ball moving. They had 34 assists in one of these last 2 games against Philly. They had 25, I think, in the last game. So that needs to continue. And as long as Cat's the center point, the hub of the offense, that will continue. Jalen Brunson needs to be Jalen Brunson. You know, somebody said it well on X. They said, everybody thinks everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. That's true. When it's crunch time, homeboy's an assassin. They try to double him, he's smart now. He gets that ball up. And don't let Cat be on the floor because you double JB and you get Cat the ball, problems. Problems. Especially when Embiid can't move laterally, problems. Okay? So we're in good shape tonight. Philly's going to be out for blood. They got to be because they'll go down 3-0 and they won't be coming back from that. They'll be over. Okay? But I gave Philly 1 win in Philly. When I said 5, I said they need to get a split in New York. We'll get a split in Philly, and it'll be 5 games. If the Knicks win tonight, I'm sticking with that. 5 games. Philly gonna fight like hell, but with respect to OG, we win tonight with OG. Ain't no need to play OG on Sunday. Ain't no need to play him. Let him rest that hammy. Let him be ready for Detroit. It's gonna be New York and Detroit in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it ain't gonna be easy. I'm not going to guarantee nothing because Detroit is playing some hellified basketball right now. They really are. And so last night they used 3, they had 8 dudes in their rotation. LeVert, Jenkins, and Stewart was their rotation. They played Ron Holland a little less than 10 minutes. They played Javonte Green about 4 minutes. But they're going Cade Cunningham, 25 points, 7 of 14, 3 of 6, 8 of 8 from the line. He had also 10 assists. He's a handful. He's the biggest handful in this playoff. Him and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Because Shai Gilgeous now, like I said, he got a lot of help. That's why the Lakers don't stand a chance without Luka. If they got Luka, Luka's a handful. Many of y'all still ain't caught the memo. Luka been one of the best players in the world from time his boy was 15 years old. He's a damn child prodigy, man. So he's just not healthy right now. Without Luka, Lakers can't do nothing. Okay, with Luka, it can be a series. I don't think Luka's going to be healthy enough to help them this time. So Oklahoma City going to roll on them. It looked like San Antonio's found a way to beat Minnesota. If they continue that, the key there in that series is not Victor Wembanyama. Everybody know he going to go off. The key is our boy, Devin Vassell. I always liked Devin Vassell as a wing. I wanted the Knicks to draft him, and that's cool. They didn't do it. They went and got a homeboy Obi. Okay. But Devin Vassell is the key here. If he shows up to play, he's the difference maker in that series. Jaden McDaniels showing up for Minnesota. If Minnesota had Big Ragu, if they had a healthy Ant, and plus Bones and Dosunmu, they make it this a series. And, of course, Juju bringing the freight train always. So it is what it is. But I still favor San Antonio. And I'm telling you right now, if it's OKC, San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals, I'm favoring San Antonio. OKC, they just got OKC's number. I'm just saying. So, and they'll be hungry. So we'll see. But for the East, New York just needs to stay relatively healthy. Mild hamstring old OG, but we got the depth to handle that. We got the depth on the backup. So we should be okay tonight. I'm just going, if they're going to win one of these 2, go back to New York up 3-1, it's a wrap. Okay, it's a wrap. So tonight the key, go through Cat. Let them try to double Cat. Cat find the open man. JB gonna be going one-on-one against I don't care who on Philly. Whoever. Getting done. Because there can't nobody guard Jalen Brunson one-on-one in the half court. They need a roughneck 94 feet on him. If the Knicks let somebody bring a ball aside from him, like they've been doing, and then set up Cat in the half court, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. See, that's what I'm saying. OG, yeah, important. We're going to need him in the Pistons series. We're going to need him in the finals for sure. We need everybody we could get in the final. But for a game, maybe two, we got enough depth, man. We got enough in the cabinet to handle that business. So I'm very confident in our boys. Deuce, Mitch Rob, Clarkson, Alvarado. I'm very confident. Sohan can come in and do what he need to do defensively. We good, y'all. Don't let the media get you tripped out. Some of y'all are too easily tripped like whiny women, man. Don't do it. We good. We gonna be good. Okay? So, keys, again, get the ball to Cat. Everybody gotta be locked in on defense, which I'm not concerned. The Knicks are now in playoff defensive mode right now. And they playing like it. Continue that. Dominate the paint. That's what they've been doing. Dominate the paint, dominate the boards. That's what the Knicks been doing. Dominating the paint, dominating the boards. Okay, cool. Okay, and then on top of that, get the ball to Cat and get the hell out of the way. Start cutting to the basket because Cat know what the hell he doing. Get the ball to Cat, get the hell out the way. We'll be okay. Okay, so we'll see. And everybody talking about PG-13. He is overpaid. He is still a very good player. Don't get me wrong. He's still a very good player. OKC still got me. Philly still got a very good player in him. But he ain't no superstar. They still treating him like a superstar because he getting paid like one. And I hear him. Get that money, brother. But we ain't going for the okie doke. See, that's where OG comes in. That's where Deuce comes in. You got Deuce, OG, JC. We do what we need to do. McCall, we do what we got to do. The real problem for Philly is twofold. It's Barlow and it's Oubre. Two dudes you wouldn't expect. It's Barlow and it's Oubre. When they took Barlow out last game, I was like, okay, we're going to win now. Because Barlow was killing us, man. And yes, JB did him up, but they keep showing that highlight on the fadeaway jump shot. But you got to see the rest of the game. Barlow was playing some defense, man. He's athletic enough to hang with JB in certain situations. He's big enough to help on the boards. And he does both. He got enough energy and athleticism to help them. They're better without Embiid on the floor. When Barlow is playing, I'm not real big on the guy that started Drummond. I mean, Drummond used to be like a premier rebounder in the league. And last game he had 8 boards, so that's pretty good. He played 15 minutes, 8 boards. That's about what he's good for, on the high end. And he can actually hit a 3, Now he's done developed that part of his game. All big men pretty much have now in the modern NBA. So he has developed a little 3. Bona though, Adem Bona. He's another roughneck. So you got Barlow, Bona, Grimes. Those cats are rough, man. They ain't no joke. That's really, Oubre played 40 minutes last game, 19 points. He's going to be a problem. He's got 7-foot wingspan. He could hit an open J from the corner. Oubre's a problem. So that's where the Philly really need to focus on. See, when you're in this level of game, you need your stars, you need your SGAs, you need your Lucas, you need your Brunsons, you need your Cunningham. But it's them other guys that you really need to get you over the top. See, that's why the big 3 game is played out. There's no more big 3. The salary structure doesn't really allow it because you can't get the ancillary guys you need to fill in the rest of your roster with. You always gonna have them vets that want to get that ring. That's how LeBron and them got it. But it's a little bit tougher now because of the salary structure. So the Knicks structured their salary. So now you got Brunson took a $113 million haircut so they can get Bridges. So Brunson, Bridges, Josh Hart, Cat. They done traded Juju and Ragu to get Cat. And then of course they just paid OG $240 over 5. Or they paying him that. That's why he's doing this thing, man. He's trying to prove he's worth the contract. And he is. So that's what we got. And then they messed around and they still got Deuce. They still got Jose Alvarado, Shamet, Clarkson. Don't sleep on our boy. Shamet could break out at any time. See? So, hey, it's going to be what it is. That's on Coach Brown. But I like our chances. I like our chances against Philly tonight. Philly's going to be desperate. Let's see how it works out. Karl Anthony Towns played 27 minutes part-time last time. Busted their ass up. Almost damn near had a triple-double. There you go. So here we go, yo. And the only reason he didn't, because the dumbass was in foul trouble. But if he stays out of foul trouble, especially they try to put Embiid out there, I told y'all 2 years ago they should have traded Embiid and got all kind of number one picks. They could have. I don't know what they're going to get now. You know, we'll see. But some sucker will take them. Some of you say, nobody will take them. That's bullcrap. Somebody will take them because just like y'all, they'll buy into the media hype. They'll buy into Stephen A. Stupid. Just don't let the Knicks do it. Other than that, somebody will take them. And they'll give up a ton for them. We wouldn't. But anyway, is what it is. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game tonight. I'm going to see the replay on Prime. Y'all be safe. Your families be safe and healthy. Sure.